guys. I hope you can hear me. Good morning, Abongile, Paulette, Ulrich, Musa, Numafu, Sakina, Sean, Tabale, Tabisa. Good morning, guys. Hope you are well. We are going to get started in about 1 minute. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Khalid Smith. I'm the founder of the Greenhouse Foundation. Our core focus is job creation and economic growth. And we do that by supporting small business owners. We offer an infrastructure, not a program, because programs has a start and a finish. But businesses never stop growing. They move from one level to the next. So we offer workshops, webinars, coaching sessions, group coaching sessions to assist small businesses and that they can access when they need it. So please follow our channels. We're going to be discussing budgeting today. The session is recorded. We will gladly share the recording with you guys. If there is any questions, please post the questions in the chat at the bottom of your screen or the Q&A. Let me just make sure this Q&A is on. Right. Chats is also enabled. Just say hi, everyone. Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so today we're going to be covering budgeting fundamentals, the very basics. It's our first webinar for the year. We have about 35 webinars planned for this year. This is our very first one, so I'm very excited. Glad to see you guys are all also excited about the new year. So budgeting, yes, very, very important because, you know, it's this time of the year, a very, very bad time of the year when you tend to spend more than what you actually need to. Glad to see that you guys are all here. We're going to cover not only budgeting, how to create your budget, how to use it. We're going to give you some tips, and we know that you guys have businesses to run, so we're going to try and finish it as quickly as we can. We will share it with you, and we'll have some Q&A right at the very end. Okay, so what is a budget? It is effectively a plan, right, that outlines expected income and expenses, right? Whether it's personal, whether it's for your house, whether it's for your business, whether it's a project that has a start and an end date. It's a plan of action, right? So we do understand that plans don't always, you know, work. Things change all the time. So what we're saying is that it's better to have a plan. And if things go wrong, you also have a plan if thing goes wrong. So there's a plan A, then there's a plan B, right? So you are planning your expenses, you're planning your income, you know, and a lot of people say, well, I don't have enough money coming in, right? I don't need a budget yet, you know, because there's nothing left at the end of the month. So why do I need to budget? You see, budgeting is irrelevant how much money is coming in, whether you have 1,000 rands or you have 100,000 rands coming in every month, you still need to budget, because what happens is you will find, right, as your income increase, right, your standard of living also increases. Things that you have in your business, that you never had before, now you can afford. So expenses increase, and this is like a never-ending cycle, right? So if you don't have a budget, there's gonna be nothing left at the end, right? So you need to get into that routine and into the habit of budgeting, irrespective what your income is. And remember, it is a plan for the future, right? And it also gives you control. It gives you control, to say, what, I'm controlling my income. I'm just not there looking at which way the wind blows, and there goes my finances, right? So what we're going to be doing is, right, it's very important for you guys to have a very clear understanding of income and expenses, and also setting goals, because remember now, your budget is prioritizing. It doesn't say I can't do this and I can't do that, and I mustn't spend money, but it's giving you control on where the money is going. You're putting goals in place for yourself in your personal capacity, and also in your business. Okay, you're planning for that machine that you need. You're planning, if it's in your personal capacity, you're planning for that holiday that you want, right? That appliance or something that you need, right? It is a plan, and you need to have very, very clear, very, and documented goals that you're going to put down, okay? There need to be savings. There need to be the plan to save and invest, irrespective how much money is coming in. I'm going to take 10%. I'm going to take 20% out, right? And they need to be debt management. Okay, and there's such a lot of traps these days. Finance is available, credit cards is available. I don't need anything. The banks will just gladly offer you a credit card, and then you have this platinum, gold credit card, and you think, you know what? I have this status. I can go shopping, but it's not your money, right? And the banks put that in place, and they make it easy for you to access credit cards and finance, but it eventually needs to be paid off. And if you factor the cost of the interest on that, daily interest on interest compounded, right? It puts strain on your expenses. So it's not always the best financial decision to make, but the more you understand the numbers, what is coming in and out, it allows you to make better decisions. And this is why having that budget is so important. Okay. So it includes 3 elements, right? And we're going to go through each one. The one is, and I put it first, not last, right? I put it first, not last, right? It's emergency fund and retirement savings. And the reason why I put that there is because at some point we're going to retire, right? At some point we're going to get old. That is guaranteed, right? Guaranteed, no matter who you are. And you're going to stop working, right? You're going to stop running your businesses. You're going to retire, right? And you need to be able to plan for that now, not later. The sooner, the better. You need to also plan emergency funds. Why? Because one thing I've learned, mentoring businesses, and we've mentored over 5,000 businesses. One thing is certain: there is ups and downs in businesses. Nothing is certain. Contracts, you might think it's very, very secure, right? I have this contract, I have this income, things are going very, very well, right? But contracts come and contracts go. Income streams that you had dries up after time, right? Things happen, calamities happen, disasters happen, right? Any business and in your life, and you have to plan for that, to say, you know what, I have the savings that I've been saving. If these things happen, I can use this. Okay, so your incomes all your incomes, passive incomes, referral incomes, extra income that you're making. You need to have it very, very clear on how much money you're actually making. And you know, a lot of small businesses, when they start up, they're using, instead of using a business account, they're using the savings account, and there's a lot of gray areas, right? There's gray areas because it's not a dedicated business account. They're using a savings account, and money's coming from the business to pay certain things. And you know, and it's not very, very clear. That is a problem, right? Because you need to understand what your cost is. You need to be able to tell me to the cent, what does it cost just to live, right? What does it cost just to run my business? What is my break even? A break even, you need to give me the number. You need to give me the number. And if you cannot give me the number, you don't have a very, very clear understanding of the numbers within your business, how much money is actually coming in, and that expenses. Fixed expenses is easy because those are things that you pay every month. That is rent, that is lights, right? That is your internet. Those are things which is easy. It's your variable expenses. Those are the things that you need to keep track on from month to month. Okay. Things like groceries, entertainment. Yes, that Uber Eats. It's so easy. Let's not cook today. Let's get that Uber Eats. Let's get Nando's. Yay. Right? You need to keep track of those things every single month, right? So very important, right? And the best way to do this, look, it's like anything, right? When you do it for the first time, if you haven't done it yet, it is not easy. It's something that you need to get used to. But like anything, like driving, right? When you do it for the first time, you're still figuring things out, but then it becomes effortless and it becomes easier, right? And it becomes easier as you practice and as you do that. And we're very fortunate these days to have mobile applications, right? Banks are offering budgeting tools for free. That is great. You can use the budgeting tools offered by a bank. It is free. Most of the apps that is online is free to make it easy for you. You're sitting in bed, you can do your budget very, very quickly online. So things are there to make it easy, but you need to do it and you need to practice, right? You need to practice. So you're going to firstly, calculate your income that is coming in. You're going to list it and you're going to document it, right? On a document. Why? You want to be able to see it, right? You want to be able to see it, right? What is happening over time, right? And you want to analyze it, right? So you need to analyze it. You need to see where the money is going, right? Not just wake up at the end of the month and it's like, okay, it's all gone, right? It's all gone. You need to track where it's going. I mean, things like bank charges, right? Things like bank charges, because you don't always go onto your bank account and say, okay, where's all the money going? But if you go, like certain banks, they charge a lot of money for transactions. They charge when you go to the ATM, when you draw money, every time you do a transaction, right? Even if it's online, banks charge you for that, right? It is a 2 Rand here, it's a 20 Rand here, it's a 15 Rand here for these transactions. And at the end of the month, right, it all adds up. So you need to look at where those costs and where the money is going every single month and how you can save. And the reason why you want to save, you want to put that money, right, where it matters most to you, depending on your goals. So there isn't a clear plan, right, to say this is how you need to run your budget. It depends on you, on what your goals is, right? What is it that you want for this year, right? And you're going to prioritize where that money goes. And you have wonderful apps, right? Like Chat GPT, if you're using, there's many others, AI tools right? I know it's not the standard version, but it's the pro version. It allows you to take your statement, upload your statement, and it will gladly do a lot of the analysis for you. Isn't that great? Right? In a few seconds, it can just analyze your report and tell you where the money is going, in your statements, right? You're keeping track, and this is what you want. Where can you save? Because if you're looking at the different plans, a lot of people don't do this. They get their business banking account and they just keep paying their monthly fee, thousands of rands every month. You can go to your bank account and say, how can I change my plan? How can I reduce my costs on my business account? How can I do this? Right? Where can I save? And the reason why you do that is because if you take 500 rand that you're saving from paying unnecessary expenses on your bank account by changing one or two things, and you save that money, and you take 500 rand and you're putting it in an investment, that is gonna increase exponentially after time. After 5 years, you get 100,000. You can go on a nice on to travel with that 500 rand. So this is why we're saying you cannot overlook where the cents are going. You need to be able to track it so you can make decisions, right? Make decisions. So you're going to set financial goals. You're going to create the plan. You're going to put the budget down, okay? And then you're going to monitor and adjust. The reason why we say adjust, things happen. Things happen. Now I need to take from here. I need to put it there, right? But you feel when you have that budget, I am in control, right? I am in control. I'm not just waiting to say, okay, I need money for this. I need to go and take money from there, because then you are dependent on outside factors is dictating where your money is going. You are in control, and this is what we want. When you have a budget, we want you guys to be in control of your budget, right? So there's a few budgeting methods, and I'm going to go through all three of them, right? So the first one is zero-based budgeting. What that is, you are planning every single cent that's going in and every cent that is going out. You're going to plan, and that is zero-based budgeting. Very, very difficult to plan every single cent. And if you move out of it, there's no leeway in that type of approach. But some prefer that. Some people prefer to have that form of control if they know they are someone that is not very good with managing money, and if they don't have this in place, they're just gonna spend everything, right, on whatever comes. So if this is better for you, then fine, then you adopt this. Then there's the envelope system. And I remember my grandparent, she used this system, right? Where you put money for certain things. This is my rent money. And they literally put it into an envelope, and they put that envelope rent. This is what it's for. This is for groceries, right? This is for groceries. That needs to go there. This money is for that. And that is the envelope system. And you can't even think. I remember, because when I needed money for something, I went and I said, you know what, can I get some money for this? I will give it back. No. I cannot take from that envelope, because that money is for that. No, but it's the same money. What's the difference with that? No, that's different money. That money is in that envelope, so only that money is for that thing. And that is the envelope system that they use, right? Whichever system you're going to use, you decide what is best for you, right? Then there is the 50-30-20 rule. This is the method for millionaires. Yes, millionaires. They use this method, right? They use this method. And what is this 50-30-20, right? What this is saying 50% of all your income goes towards paying the things that you need. You need it. it's food, it's rent, it's non-negotiable. I have to. So 50% goes towards that, right? 30% goes to wants. I don't need it, but I want it, right? 30% to wants. I don't need it. I don't need that pair of Nike shoes. I can do fine with a, with a non-name brand shoe, but I want Nikes, I want that, right? So that is 30%. That's fine, right? And then 20% investments and savings. Investments and savings. And how this works is, if you adopt this approach to say, fine, this is what I'm going to do, right? You start with the 20%. In other words, that 20% comes out before anything else, right? If you do it the other way around, you're going to have a problem, right? You're going to have a problem because there's not going to be anything left. And it's like, there's never going to be anything left because this is how it works. Things come up, right? So you're going to do it first, 20%. If you decide on the 20, you might decide on 10, right? But if you decide on that, you're going to pull that out first before anything else. That is for investments, right? That is investments and that's going to grow after time. That is going to grow after time, right? So it's going to get more. So that 20% is working for you. That 20% is working for you, right? My father-in-law is a doctor. He's been practicing he's 88. He's practicing for over 50 years. He adopted this approach. He said, no. When he started out as a doctor, more than 50 years ago, he started investing, even though he was a doctor, he took a percentage and he started investing, in properties a little bit. Struggled initially because remember, when you start, you don't have anything. So you struggled initially. But he had this approach. He's just gonna do this every month, and he's been doing it for 50 years. Now he doesn't have to. He's still working after 88. He's 88 and he's still practicing, right? Not because he have to, right? Because he feel this is what he's been doing for 50 years. He doesn't know what he's going to do. He doesn't have to work because he has lots and lots of properties and investments, right? But it gives you choices. It gives you choices. It gives you options. And this is what you want to do when you get to retirement age, you want to have options for yourself. Right? When things happen, you want to have options. And this is why you need to plan for it now rather than wait for things to happen. So it gives you a plan of action. So decide on what is the best approach for you. And there is lots and lots of tools, right? There is Zoho books, there's Sage, there's QuickBooks, right? And remember, most banks offer it. So if you're not clear what your bank is offering, go to your bank manager, go to your business banker, right? Ask them what is available, right? What is available? I know FNB has a software that does it online from your banking to make things easier. They also have it on the apps, right? A lot of the banks does that, right? So use them. Simple spreadsheet. Excel is basic. Everyone understands how it works. Google Sheets, or you can custom make one for yourself, right? And you please use the apps, especially the ones on your phone. It makes it a lot easier for you, right? And remember, your budget is not just something that you do for yourself. You need to share it. You need to share it if you are married, if you have partners, if you have kids. You're gonna share your budget with them. Why? If you are a family, you're gonna make those decisions together. Why? Because you need to get support. You need to get support, right? It cannot be you, the sergeant major enforcing this, right? You're going to have problems. So get everyone on the same page. agree on what it is that you want as a family, where you want to be as a family, because you need to get support from the people around you if you put your budget in place. Okay, so there's lots that we've mentioned before, the use of GTP, books, articles, lots and lots. Financial advisors, right? Banks offer them, insurance companies offer them. And every person should have a financial advisor, someone to advise on finances, on where you are, what plans that you have for yourself with regard to savings and retirements. If you guys look at the rate of inflation, right, compared to 5, 10 years ago, I mean, a block of cheese is 190 Rand. I don't understand it. Like, seriously, you cannot afford cheap cheese these days. I went to the movies. I haven't gone in a very, very long time. I decided, look, let's go and just go to the movies because, I haven't gone. I like 180 Rand to watch a movie, plus 180 Rand for the popcorn. That is crazy. That was crazy. I didn't realize it. So I don't know what's going to happen, in 5 or 10 years' time, because it is increasing. We look at the rate of inflation, it's increasing exponentially. So if you have plans, retirement plans, right? If you have insurances or you have retirement policies, effectively you can easily think of just doubling it. You can easily just think double whatever that you have in your mind, realistically double that, right? But you need to start making those plans now, right? Especially for our kids, right? I don't know what's going to happen in 20 years' time, right? It's going to be, 1,000 rands to go watch a movie, right? So you need to plan now for these things, right? So a few of the mistakes, and everyone makes them, unrealistic goals, right? Remember, goals need to be up there, but it needs to be something in your mind you feel, you know what, this we can do, right? So it needs to be realistic, right? It needs to be realistic, but it also needs to give you a little bit of a push, right? And we need that. We need that. Everyone needs that, right? To say, you know what, I want more than what I have, right? I want more. I want more. I want this. I want this, right? These are the things that I want. Let's work together to see how we can achieve it. And we work with what we have. We work with what we have, right? To achieve that, right? We went on pilgrimage, it was last year, and we met people there. It was an elderly lady, and she's been there, and I asked them, we're chatting with her, and she said, she's been there, this is the third time. And I'm thinking, she must have a really, really successful business, you know. So I asked her, what is it that you do? And she said, you know what, she sells casistas from a house. She does. This is what she does. She sells casistas, and I'm thinking, sisters must you sell to go and travel to go travel 4 times, right? The thing is, if you have a very clear plan that this is what I want to travel. That is the most important thing for me. I don't need to drive a Mercedes Benz. I don't need to drive a fancy car. You know, I don't need, a 70-inch television. I don't need all of those things, because this is what I want, right? And you have a very, very clear plan that this money that I'm getting, this is my 20% or my 30% or 10%. I'm taking that out and I'm putting it into that box over there, because that is something that I really want, right? So those are the type of goals that you want to put in place for yourself and your family, okay? So ignoring the small expenses, fuel, right? airtime, the things you don't see, the things you don't always see, that Uber Eats, that Nando's, yes, right? All of those things, right? You're gonna need to keep track of that. You need to be disciplined, which is why we're saying you need to get your partners behind you, your family behind you, right? Because remember, we have different personalities, right? We're not all the same. Some is very good with money. Some people are very good with money, right? They are very good at savings. They're very good at savings. I have 4 sons, right? But one of them, right? He doesn't spend. He always has money. He always has money, but he doesn't like spending it. Right. He's very, very good at saving. And the other one, they different. They will just spend crazy. They will just spend crazy. Right. So we all unique and we all different. We need to understand what is our strengths and weaknesses, right? In relation to money, right? Are we good at it? Right. If we are not, that is information we're going to share with the people around us. You know what? I have a weakness for this. Right. If I see these things, I'm going to buy it. Right. It's maybe not a good idea for me to have a credit card. Can you keep my credit card? And don't give it to me if I say, you know what, I need it. No, you keep it for me because I have this weakness. Those are things you're going to share. Right. And if you're in a partnership and you know what, your spouse is better at this, she keeps track of the numbers, then that is the person that is going to manage the finances. Make sure you have the best person doing it. They're going to be more diligent than you, and you need to make those decisions. You see, you need to make those decisions and understand what your strengths and your weaknesses is. And we accept we are not all good at it, at the numbers and budgeting and saying no. Oh, that is a big challenge sometimes, especially with family and kids. You want to give them things, but when they ask, you know what, then you give, you give, right? But we have to say no sometimes, but we say it with understanding. You know what? We want this. This is why we cannot have this, right? So it's important that you have that understanding, not only to understand each other better, but to understand what your goals are as individuals and as families. Okay. So we're saying you adjust it. You adjust it. It's not in stone. It's not in stone. You can change things as things arise. Your focus change after time. Things you wanted, you don't really want anymore. This is how life works, right? And this is how businesses work as well. You were doing this, and you had a plan to buy machinery and equipment, right? And now it's just maybe easier to outsource it. I don't need that equipment. I can get someone to do it for me. Instead of me doing this, I can buy it at a much cheaper rate, and I can get someone to make it for me. I don't have to make it myself. I don't need that machine anymore. You can change, right? I need this. I need this now, and that is okay. Okay. The key, and we getting to the end now, guys. So the key: be consistent. If you have a plan, right, you put it on a one pager, right? This is my budgeting plan. You keep it as simple as possible, right? And you need to be consistent month to month. And as we said, right, initially it's a bit tough, right? But as you do it, it becomes easier and easier and easier as you do. But be consistent and keep track. Review regularly, yes, and stay flexible, right? So you need to go and review and see why are we struggling? Why are we struggling? What are we doing? Where is it going? Where can I save? What can I change? What can I change? Okay. And we mentioned this many times because it's very, very important to get backing and get people behind you. So you involve your family and you involve your kids, if you have kids, in the decisions that you are making and the system. And kids love the tool. Kid loves it because if you have it on your app, right? If you have it on your app and you have the budget there, and you know that you've allocated 2,000 rands for entertainment. That is your entertainment, right? There's your entertainment cost. So if it's in the budget and you agree on a budget together with your family, is this okay? Is this sufficient for us? And everyone agrees, you know what? I'm happy with that budget. I'm happy with the allocation of 2,000 rands a month for entertainment or miscellaneous. You call it miscellaneous, something, that we need. And if you exceed that, right, it is not something personal to say, "Oh, you saying no, and why are you saying no, and you're going against me, you understand?" No, it's not about me, it's there. Do you understand? It's not there in the budget. It's not me, it's the budget, and we agreed on it. Can we understand how this works? Which is why it's important for you to have the document, right? So you need to have that document in place. And if it's on a phone, it's easy to access, easy for your family to access as well, and see what is there, and also where we at. And there's this wonderful apps. As you use it, you're actually updating it, right? If there's money over there, you can actually see, you know what, actually didn't use all of this. We can put it in savings, and we can put it somewhere else, right? And that is what it allows you to do in real time, which is great. Okay. I'm gonna quickly stop sharing and see if there's any questions which I didn't do earlier. Let me just have a quick chat. For those of you that just arrived, I see there's quite a few more of you that is here, that has just joined us. Welcome, guys, if you have just joined us. The session is recorded, so if you did come on late, it's not a problem. We will share the recording with you. So we'll send the link, we'll send the PowerPoint as well, so that you guys can keep that. Let me just check if there's any questions. None that I see. Great. So we can carry on. Let me just see any questions. No questions. Okay, great. If there is questions, what we can do is you can actually put up your hand, and I'm happy to unmute. We coming to the end of it. The live example I wanted to go through is just to explain to you how it works in reality, right? So whether you have a business, whether it's in your personal capacity or your business capacity, remember, you are always going to plan for growth. And this is how it works. And this is why you have a budget, right? You have a budget. In that budget, you're planning for growth. So you say, fine, that's 10,000 rands. Of the 10,000 rands, a percentage, 20% or 10%, and you decide, right? That percentage goes towards growth. In other words, you're looking at things within your business that is going to allow you to grow, right? So getting a social media specialist to increase your brand awareness. You're going to look at bringing in new clients, bringing in a rep, bringing in a new partner, a piece of equipment, a piece of machinery that's going to improve performance. But it's something for growth. Those are things you plan for within your budget. Right. So if I have a catering company and I know, right, a piece of machinery, right, that I need, normally when I have events, I know that I would now hire equipment. I would hire cups and glasses. Maybe it will be a good idea to buy some of the cutlery, some of the urns, instead of hiring every single time, because then I'm gonna save over time and increase profits. So those are the type of things that you're gonna plan for, right? But remember, you only have X amount to work with. So you have a few choices. You can save up money and buy it, or you take out finance to buy and then pay or finance. But remember, finance costs money, right? And this is why it is better to plan, to say, you know what, instead of me, I'm renting now, I'm renting urns now, I'm renting glasses and cups and saucers now, but I want to own my own. I want to own it instead of me hiring. But I'm going to plan for this year. By the end of this year, I'm taking 10%, 20%. I'm going to put it aside. And by the end of that year, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to go to the bank, because if I go to the bank, they're going to charge me. They're going to charge me for it. But it's a plan. Remember, it's a plan that you have. It's a goal that you have, that you're planning towards, right? If you decide, you know what, I have a lot of work coming up, and through this work, it might be better for me just to go and get the finance, but I can pay it off. In other words, I have some savings that I've saved up. If you haven't, then it's a risky decision for you to make. And a lot of companies, we do work for SIFA, Small Enterprise Financial Agents, is now partnered with CEDA. So now it's no longer CEDA. They have partnered, right? And a lot of the companies that access finance through them, they're not ready for it. They haven't built up savings, and things happen in that business. Things don't go according to plan, right? And now they're stuck and they cannot pay their loans back, right? Because they haven't built up a buffer, which is what you need to do in a business. You need to plan, right? Cautiously depend on the money that you have coming in and account for risks if things do not go according to plan. Those are the informed decisions that you're going to make in your business, right? Because, I mean, who is going to make those decisions for you? You make the decisions. You plan your budget. And remember, it is always there. It is for growth. It is for growth in your personal capacity as well. Even if you do not have a business, you're planning for that holiday, you're planning for things that you want, but you're always going to have a buffer. You're always going to have savings, right? And you're always going to look at where you can save. Right. And you have to do this on a monthly basis, because your income changes from month to month. So when things are going well, and this is what happens, I'm not worried. I'm not worried about a 50 Rand or 100 Rand there, because, I'm earning 50,000 Rand, right? I'm earning 50,000 Rands this month. So I'm just going to take out memberships. I'm going to take out memberships. I'm going to take out stock orders. I'm going to take out debit orders for all of these memberships and gym memberships. And this is what happens, right? Especially the start of the year. Let's take out a gym membership. Let's take out this membership. Let's take out this. I need more storage and data. Let's take out this. And this is what happens. You're taking out those memberships because things are going very, very well. When things is not going well, the contracts is not very, very well this month, there need to be an adjustment. You need to stop some of those orders. You need to track those things now, because every little bit counts. This is how it works. This is how a budget works, right? You can't say that that's only 20 Rand or 50 Rand, because 50 Rands and 50 Rands and 50 Rands and 20 Rands and 20 Rands, all of those things add up, and it amounts to a lot very, very quickly. So those are the things that you're going to do to manage your budgets. We are done. Thank you very much. We've actually finished a few minutes before time. So we're going to leave some time for Q&A. We're going to leave some time for Q&A. I'm going to stop sharing. So if you guys have any questions relating to your budget, where are you struggling, please either raise your hand, and I'm glad to unmute you. If you're not too shy, if you are shy, you can just type in the chat. Great. Is there any questions? Do you have any questions? There was a raised a hand, Tabisu. I will gladly unmute you. You can unmute yourself, Tabiso. Go for it.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi there.
Compliments of the new year.
Same
Mr.
to
Smith,
you. Yes,
Mr. Smith,
Tabiso.
I just opened up an internet cafe. I used to sell computers a long time ago, but I decided to open it in my garage. So I
Yeah.
was asking, as you speak, as budgeting, I do have some small equipment. It's a small start. What would you
Yes.
suggest? Which institute I can go to? Because I already have the garage opened. It's been running for about 2 months now. I have some few customers coming for photocopies and emails.
Great.
Yes. I was
Great.
just wondering when it comes to that budgeting, where can I go to? Because I'm starting, most of the things I do have, I just need bigger machines and,
Yes.
yeah.
So what you need to do, look, the thing with that business, right? Your percentages is small, right? But there is a lot as you grow in that business because you need to keep track of every page, right? So you need to, when you're starting out and you're budgeting, things like paper, things like internet, those are the things that you need to track. So ideally, you need to, if you have an Excel document where you can actually keep track of your inventory within the organization and stock. So inventory and stock. So remember now, if you have if you have an internet business and someone comes for a piece of paper, you need to print a piece of paper. You need to understand what it costs, what it's costing you to run every piece of equipment within your business. Right. So if I come to you and I say, fine, I want a piece of, I want a copy printed, right? I need something printed or I need something stapled or whatever. You need to be able to tell me what it's costing you, how many prints you get out of a printer, what is the cost of the printer, what is the cost of the maintenance of the printer. If it should break, what is it going to cost me to fix? What is the cost of electricity? What is the cost of my time to go and print? Because if you go to Postnet, you need to understand people buy a Postnet, but what do? They're buying a business model. So Postnet has a business model, right? That they can keep track of the inventory. They have a system, they have a computer system that keeps track of every item. And when an item is sold, the system picks up how much profit they're making on that item and how much stuff they need to buy for the next month. And so your inventory, keeping track of inventory is very, very important. Also keeping track of users that is actually using the internet is very important. So I would say the firstly, whichever bank you're with, so if you're able to package your business, you have your bank account that you're using exclusively. Because look, the thing is, even if it's in your garage, even if you're having it in a garage, right? You need to run it as a business. So you need to separate the business from your personal, right? Because you need to determine if you're going to make money from that, right? So firstly, you need to look at what you have, that you're actually making money from the equipment and things that you have. And once you have that, then you can only consider maybe accessing if you maybe need new equipment, because everything needs to be paid for, right? But you first need to determine how profitable it is, how much money you're making, how much money is coming in and how much money is coming out. So that is an exercise that you're going to need to do, right? And I would suggest taking time once you've started now and keeping track over a month. So in other words, you need to have a record month to month. This month we had 50 clients. They spent X amount of money. This is what we use. This is what I used on that 50 clients, and this is how much I charged, and this is how much I made. Right. So the keep it for now. I would say keep it simple. Use Excel or use an actual book, a cash book where you can actually track for now to determine whether you're making money or not before you make any decisions to buy anything else. So use what you have for now, and then take it further once you know exactly how much money you're making, right? I would suggest you go to CEDA first. SED, it was CEDA 4, it's now CEDA and CIFA that was now joined. So you go to your local office. They can help you with a lot of the things, you know, like brochures, banners, your websites and all of those things. So when you start, even though it's your garage, if if it's a registered business, go to your local CEDA office. They will be able to help. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Thabiso. Great. Is there any more questions? Is everyone happy? Right. Are you guys excited about the new year? Right. Call it. Ulrich, Lorenzo, are you guys happy? Shinaz, are you guys all happy? Do you have any questions or any assistance that you guys need? If you guys all follow, do you all follow our channel, Greenhouse Foundation? Okay, please follow our channels. I'm gonna send a link for our WhatsApp channel. It's the best way to stay in contact with us. We post our events. We have a networking event on the 13th of February is the next one at the city of Cape Town. So we hope that you guys can join us for that one. I will send post details on our channel when that for that event, the 13th. Anyone can join. It's at the city of Cape Town, the business hub. Okay. But you need to RSVP. The venue takes about 50 people. So we will be doing networking. We will invite some of the banks also to come and present some of their products, to be able to give you some advice as business owners. So please attend that. Let me quickly share the link with you for our channels. We also have a spaza shop program which we're starting this year as well. So we're looking for spaza shop owners that needs mentoring and support to help grow their spaza shops. So I'm not sure if there is any spaza shops attending that is here, because we would like to see how we can assist you. If you do know of a spaza shop, please share my contact details with them and make them get them to contact me. I'm gonna share my WhatsApp number with you guys, and I'm also gonna share my channel number with you right now. Let me just put it here in the chat. This is our WhatsApp number. There we go. That is our WhatsApp. You can click on it and you can join our WhatsApp channel. And we post all our events. We post over there, and also opportunities on the WhatsApp channels. We also have it on our website, Greenhouse Foundation. .co.za. We have all our events there. I'm gonna put my cell number 0835979687. Here we go, and it's Khalid Smith. Go. There we go. Excellent. You guys have my details. Stay connected. Remember what I said. We're looking for sponsor shop owners that we can assist, preferably in the Western Cape. We are based in the Western Cape, but our programs is not it's not only Western Cape. From anywhere in the country you can join our programs. They are online, and webinars are online, so you can join from everywhere. But if there is any sponsor shops amongst the participants, please let me know. And if you have someone, take my details. Please follow our channels, and we will share details of our up and coming events. On there we have an entrepreneurship on the 14th We have an entrepreneurship webinar for businesses that wants to grow their businesses. So please attend that one. Great. Thank you, guys. Is there no more questions? If there are no more questions, we are done. Everyone happy? Everyone happy? Thank you, guys. It is 10 o'clock. Please have a great day. I wish you well for the year. I have a feeling it's going to be a very good year. Please, guys, do your budgets, attend as many of the webinars as you can, get the support that you need. The City of Cape Town has, if you go on the City of Cape Town's website, most of the webinars that is on there, workshops that is on there is free. Please attend them. They're there to help you. If you're not registered with the City of Cape Town or Western Cape government as vendors, please register your businesses. Register your businesses. Make sure that you guys are compliant. There's lots and lots of opportunities. Remember, the city's budget is roughly about 27 billion rands being spent. That's just the City of Cape Town, Western Cape government, considerably more than that. So that's lots and lots of opportunities for you guys. Remember, no one spends more money than government, right? So you need to be looking for opportunities. You need to be compliant. So please make it priority for this year. Make sure you guys are registered. Make sure you guys are saving. Make sure you have very, very clear goals for yourselves. And because there is definitely opportunities for you guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Please follow and share our channels. Everyone else, hope you have a great week. Thank you, Carla, Tamagile, Elridge, Lorenzo, Musa, Portia, Sanaz, Tebalilo, Tembelani, Zilungila. Please have a great week, and I will see you for the next one. Thank you, guys.